Hey guys, so it's week 34 on TheKrisbians, and our theme this week is to talk about Breaking Dawn, and Marilyn came up with some questions that we were going to answer, and I already shot my video on Sunday, but I didn't know that she made up questions, so now I'm redoing it, and I'm just going to do it on the YouTube uploader, because it's quicker anyways, and I'm really busy this week. I'll talk about that after the video, but, so let's get on, and the first question is, your favorite Kristen moment in Breaking Dawn, and my favorite Sorry, my mom was like yelling at my cats or something. My favorite moment was either the transformation scene, or the scene where Edward just gets off the phone with Carlisle after they find out that she's pregnant, and she's looking in the mirror and her hands are like shaking, and the song, oh, I can't remember the name of the song, but it starts with an R, and it starts playing, and just the lyrics in the background, it fits perfectly with the scene, and just her acting was really amazing in that scene, and just because if you read the books, you know the backstory behind it, and you know all the feelings that she's feeling and all the things that are running through her mind, and you kind of get that in your mind. You're like, oh, I remember, and this is how she's feeling and stuff like that. So I really got that when the music came together, and I think Kristen really portrayed just the look on her face was like, oh my god, there's Edward inside me. I've got a little baby growing inside me, and it's part of Edward, and it's so perfect, and I just don't want it to go away, and just stuff like that. And the transformation scene, I just props to Kristen. I don't know how she could stay that still and actually look like she was dead. It was so awesome, and I love like the changing of her hair and everything. It was just awesome, and yeah. So the next question is your favorite Kristen quote in the movie. I don't really have a favorite Kristen quote. It might be what scene was I gonna say it was from? No, I don't even have a favorite Kristen quote because I can't physically wow, I can't physically remember. It's mentally. I can't actually remember like exact quotes from the movie. But yeah, I don't really think I have one. Probably when the movie comes out on DVD and stuff, I'll probably might maybe not have one. Yeah. Um, your favorite and least favorite scenes. My favorite scene was the transformation scene, and I know that there's like the sex scene, and then there's the wedding scene, and then there's like all this other stuff, and it's so exciting. But for some reason, the transformation scene was more exciting, and I know I was excited for like her drinking the blood and all this other stuff I was waiting for, but I just loved the transformation scene, just the way that they did it, and it's just like the flashbacks of like all the Twilight movies, and they had that big collage, and then they had like her changing, and like the venom running through her like her veins, and then like just everything about it was really cool, and I loved the way that they did it and the different perspectives that they had from it, and I think that was my favorite scene. I think like it would probably be my top of like the favorite three, because then there'd be like the sex scene and then the wedding and stuff like that. But yeah, and my least favorite scene would probably be when Edward was getting mad at Bella for making like the decision to keep Renesmee on her own and stuff like that, and like not letting them try to do anything about it, and then she kind of realizes that she's screwed, and he's like getting all like raw Edward on her, and I was just kind of like, damn. So, yeah, I kind of felt really bad. I felt bad for both of them in different ways, and I really liked the acting in that one. And, oh god, and Kristen looked like she was completely dead, and it was just gross, and I was, ooh. So, yeah, that's another reason why I didn't like it, is because she looked like totally anorexic, and just her face was like, ugh. Yeah. Um, if you could change anything in the movie, like what kind of changes would you make? And I actually have a lot. Even though a lot of things were perfect in this movie, I had the things obviously that I couldn't pick out from the other things. I would have liked to make the Rio scene longer, because it seemed like they like got out of the taxi, and then they went into the crowd, and then they kissed, and then they just kind of left. When it's like when they were shooting, I mean, I get that shooting takes longer, but it was like when they were shooting and we were getting all this like paparazzi pictures or whatever and stuff, it made it seem like they were gonna have like a longer scene maybe or whatever, because they were like walking through the crowd, and you think you'd see like at least more clips of them like walking through the crowd and stuff. Like you see them walk through the crowd like once, and from like the other, like when we were seeing the pictures for the paparazzi, it looked like they were walking around a lot. So I don't know. And I wish they would make the animatronic a little bit like the animatronic baby a little less creepy, because it just, I think, I don't know, this the CGI face on the baby was a little bit creepy. I don't know. The rest of the CGI, like when Mackenzie Foy turns into older and a little bit younger, but then when it turns into the baby, it's just creepy. Um, I actually wish that they would have had more, because most of the book is actually in Jacob's perspective, and even though I didn't enjoy the book, I would have liked to see like more important scenes, like I don't know, just, but you know, like really important scenes, because I mean, I think the reason why I wasn't bored most of the time in the book with the wolf pack is because of all the different things going on with them talking between each other through their heads and stuff, and it was just really boring, and I found some of it kind of pointless, some of the things that they were talking about, but whatever. But I actually kind of wish that they had more Wolfpack scenes in there. I mean, it would be great for Team Jacobs, and even though I'm Team Edward, but I would have liked to see that as a Twilight fan in general. Um, um, I would have liked when if they would have started with Bella like in the car, like in the book and stuff, and then she stops at the gas station and the guys are like, looking at her car and stuff. I wish they would have done that instead of the invites, but I guess whatever. And I would have liked if they made like the conflict between Jacob and Edward a little bit longer, because they do kind of have this weird relationship that grows and stuff, and I just wish they would have shown that a bit more. I think the movie was a little bit overall hard for people who hadn't read the book to understand it, because if you read the book you're like, oh yeah, right, but like if you're taking like your friend or whatever to the movie, or like your boyfriend or something, like even if they're even actually interested in it, like they won't understand what's going on. Like you won't be like, well, why did they do that? And then they'd have to lean over to you and like ask them, but then that takes time away from you watching your movie that you paid good money for and you really wanted to watch because you're like so into it. Yeah. I would have liked if they made like the little excursions like around the island and stuff between Edward and Bella a little bit longer, because I found it was really short. Again, it seemed like they were there for a long time and they only did like a couple scenes. Maybe we'll get deleted scenes and stuff like that when the DVD comes out, but it just, I don't know, it just didn't seem long enough for me. Like they didn't get the point that Edward was trying to wear Bella out, because it just made it, I mean, it kind of showed it a little bit, but it would have been better if they did like a couple more, because there was those, uh, all they did was like the scene in the water before the honeymoon scene, right? And there was another scene where, I mean, yeah, they did the waterfall thing, but I mean, I thought they were supposed to go swimming with dolphins and stuff, right? But all they did was go down the waterfall and stuff, and then go in the play chess, and then go into the forest and like walk around and stuff. But whatever. Um, and when Bella was like first changing, like when the venom was first going into her and stuff like that, and then they showed for like 2 seconds her like internally screaming, but she couldn't actually, because we know in the book like she wanted to scream, but she couldn't because just whatever, like she couldn't, right? And I don't think, like, again, people wouldn't get that unless you read the book. So I wish it would have made that a little bit longer, like show her screaming again and then just showed her face again. Like, but Edward can't really hear her scream because she's not actually screaming. But yeah, I just wish they would have made the movie a little bit more understandable for the people who haven't read the books and stuff like that. Um, yeah, and then we're just supposed to talk about the things that we liked and just everything else, blah blah blah. But this movie, oh my god, this video is getting 8 minutes long. So, overall, I really liked the movie. I liked the acting; that was really good. It felt really, natural, and it was more light. Like, I know Breaking Dawn is one of the most dramatic books and stuff, but it was actually quite light. Which was good. Like, like things like the lingerie scene, like where Bella comes out in the lingerie, like that was like really humorous and light, and I liked that, because in the book it was a bit more tense, between Edward and Bella, and that was really nice. And I like the perfectness of like the wedding, even though I thought it was supposed to be inside, but outside it was actually very beautiful, so I liked that. And yeah, just overall I thought it was like really nice. The acting was really good, the emotions were strong, and it made me go through like an emotional roller coaster more so than the other movies. I didn't cry, but I wanted to cry so bad, multiple times. I tried to force myself to cry and it didn't work. Trust me, I went to the movie twice, which is kind of sad. I wish I had more money to go again, but I don't, and the Christmas presents are coming around. But anyways, so 9 minute long video. Sorry, I have drama production this week. So you guys know I'm in drama club, and this week we are performing our play because it's the Christmas play. So I'm hair and makeup. I have to be there at 7 in the morning, so I have to wake up at 5:30, and then I'm there all day. I think the longest day that we have is 3 shows, and that's on Friday. And yeah, so I'm there for a really long time. Like today, I was there from 5:30 in the morning till 5:30 at night, and so yeah, we have like 12-hour days. Sometimes we have like 15-hour days, stuff like that. And I really have no time because I'm missing classes all day. So then I have to do the homework from those classes and stuff. So that's why I have to do this video here now. But yeah, anyways, so I don't have that much to talk about anymore. because there's so many things running through my mind, and I'm trying to think if there's something I'm supposed to be talking about. But yeah, so if you guys want to see more on my review of Breaking Dawn and stuff like that, like more in detail stuff that I wrote the day after I went and saw Breaking Dawn for the first time, if I can find it, I'll link my Tumblr post to it. Yeah, so I hope you guys have a good week. Next week is Christmas week, and I'm really excited. I only got Maria's present so far, but I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that the other ones get here soon. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a good week, and yeah, love you, bye.